Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to play some more Your Boyfriend. And this time we are going to go for, the Steam demo version. This time we are going to do the, more abusive route. And see what changed. Let's begin. Enter your name. Lion, of course. Welcome, Lion. You two have fun. My life has been chaotic. My family broke into another fit of drama, so I left the nest and ran straight to college. I got an apartment and a job, and even that has become unbearable. Working at a local greasy spoon diner doesn't pay the best, honestly, so finding a roommate was my only workhorse to being able to afford an apartment. It's funny that last one I think I did in 10 minutes. It's like I get faster and faster sometimes. Now my roommate is always bringing some dropout into the apartment for late night study sessions. My sleep schedule is wrecked, and top it off, they're as late. I heard once that if you become a roommate with a friend, you don't stay friends for long. In my case, my friendship is strained with my friend making excuses for why they need me to cover their half of the rent. Thanks to that deadbeat, I'm working harder just to scrape by every month. Picking up a second job will drive me to an early grave at this point. The park gives me a chance to have some much-needed alone time. This part of the park in particular is my favorite because it's untouched by not just family members and college jerks. The only people who come here are the groundskeepers. Even then, they only come by in the morning. Close my eyes, rub my face, and breathe out the tension from my body so that I can enjoy the peace and quiet. Just then I feel someone sit down beside me. Startled, I turn to face the interloper.
Whoa, hey, take it easy. It's just me.
Peter. The stranger says, trying to keep me from leaping too high off the park bench. You're a jumpy one, aren't you? Scooting awkwardly towards me. A shy smile creeps over his face. I keep my eyes on him like a hawk, unsure what his intentions are. Not once do his unblinking eyes stray from mine. So, are you waiting for a family member or friend? It seems kind of odd for you to be sitting here all alone like this, and so far away from the jogging track. A chill runs down my spine. I cross my arms over my chest and slide myself away from him, perching closer to the edge of the bench. Does the same person walk up to you out of the blue and start asking such questions? If you're working retail, I think most people are insane. The stranger picks up on my knees, refraining from moving any closer towards me. Crossing his fingers in between his legs, he smiles warmly. I mean, you don't look like a groundskeeper or one of the old people feeding pigeons after doing Tai Chi. Hides my Tai Chi stuff. I actually have no idea what Tai Chi is. Just getting some alone time to myself. Things have been pretty intense lately. It's like he wants to wrap his arms around me in comfort, fingers twitching.
Look, I know this is sudden, but may I have the pleasure in taking you out to dinner?
Can I have the pleasure? Never mind, he's weird. I can't tell if it's just him being socially awkward or eccentric. What? Why? Why is he interested in me of all people?
Well, I'm your boyfriend. Isn't that why you're here?
Isn't that why you're here? My boyfriend? Why would he be assuming we're in a relationship? The stranger sits patiently waiting for my answer. Dinner does sound nice. I guess. It's not like I'm doing anything anyways, and it would be a nice break from the monotony. God knows I could stand to forget my problems for a few hours. This guy seems interesting enough to keep my mind off things. Really? That's great. He beams, holding my hand in his own. I'll see you tonight at 7. Standing up from the bench, he pauses, realizing something. Oh, I almost forgot. We need a place to meet up, sorry. I know that I sound absent-minded, but I'm just so excited. We know, Peter. But, don't count your chickens before they hatch. How about that old diner downtown? It's nice and quiet, so no one will disturb us. The diner downtown? Which one? You know, the one you work at. Oh, okay. Great, see you tonight. And just like that, he hurries off with a skip and step as though he's just won the lottery. Well, he definitely did not win the lottery this time because we were doing the pizza route. I watch as he disappears down the path that bends around the shallow hill. The park is quiet again, the serene is setting in once more, songbirds singing in a nearby tree. I sit there for a while, replaying the strange encounter in my head. I suppose I should be flattered that he took such a liking to me, however unusual it seemed. It's nothing like I've seen in the movies or television. But then again, if it was Hollywood attractive, maybe it would be so normal that it would be almost annoying. I feel my cheeks flush as I reflect on him saying, "Can I have the pleasure?" A shy smile creeps from my corners of my mouth. He must be as new to this as I am. What a shy, awkward guy. The birds stop singing as I feel a knot grow in the pit of my stomach. How did he know where I work? "7 p.m. I show up at the diner, feeling rather unusual about meeting someone at the place I work at for a complete spontaneous dinner date, and with a complete stranger who somehow knew that I worked here. Weird. The diner isn't very busy tonight, which is unsurprising. Even though I work here, the diner isn't my first choice for dinner. Maybe he was another customer that I had never paid attention to. While I work, I let my mind drift off, and after a while, I go on autopilot, and I don't really pay that much attention to the names and faces, even if they are regulars. It'd be funny if Peter was actually a regular. Maybe he was just one of those regulars, building up his courage to ask me out every day, but eventually losing his nerve. It's kind of a cute thought, though. I considered it if it's wise to encourage him. Taking my seat, I wait, checking the old-fashioned neon light clock that hangs over the jukebox. I know he's 5 minutes late. I might as well buy myself a milkshake in the meantime. The waitress on tonight's shift is surprised to see me and such here on my day off. I imagine that she would tell me jobability is one thing, but the food here isn't worth writing home about. After serving the stuff for a few months now, I agree with her. At least milkshakes are pretty good. They're really old-fashioned kind, made with real ice cream and ingredients, unlike the powdered mix and flavored syrups at the fast food places. The waitress must have been less busy than I assumed because she brought my shake to me a few minutes later. I pull out the spoon from the vintage glass and lick it clean. So good! I stir up the shake a little before I take a sip. A man rushes through the diner from front doors like he ran the whole way here with something tucked carefully under his arm. I immediately recognize his sleeveless hoodie and blue shirt. He quickly scans the diner in panic. He probably thought I had already left. I wave him over and the leaf spreads across his face. When did he hurry down the rows of booths and sits across from me? Yeah, I'll probably be hiding. You're late. I know. I'm so sorry. I had to make a quick stop. As he speaks to me between breaths, I try to place where he might have been before coming here. It's like, oh no, cute box. The stranger pulls out a long white box that he was carrying, placing it on the table and sliding it over to me. Here, I brought this for you. Thinking about earlier today in the park, it might have been a little creepy to ask you for a date on the spot. Yeah, Peter, you didn't. That was your first. When was your first clue? I thought I might get you a little something as a way of apologizing. If it was awkward for you, of course. Yeah, something for me, really? It had better not be a severed ear, or fingers or something. No, that'll be in a couple days. Like a cat giving its human a gift of its prey. Opening the box, I see 2 long stream roses with deep red petals. The thorns were removed, and they bound by shivering black silk ribbon. Roses, seriously? Gee, thanks. The creepy black ribbon makes me wonder if there is a card that reads, "To my future my future blank," because I can't say it. Thank you, YouTube. I'm not at all thrilled with the gift, and I place it casually on the table in front of him. His face drops and he reaches to take them back. Oh, I'm sorry, if you don't like them, I could head out and get you something else. What do you like? Daisies, sunflowers, lilies? I feel mean doing this, but I fold my arms, annoyed with how pathetic he is. Come on, show up late. Bring me some roses that look like they came from a funeral home, and I had to buy myself a milkshake while waiting for you. Do you think some cachet roses are going to make up for this? His shoulders fell. Holding the roses close to his chest, he mutters awkwardly, "I'm so sorry, I'll pay for the milkshake." How did you know I work here anyways? I stir my milkshake and wait for him as he fumbles out an explanation. Oh, I walk by here often, almost every day. In fact, I catch little glimpses of you through the window whenever you're working, so that's how I knew. I mean, I try coming in to see you, but I lose my courage every time. Well, that's not creep or anything. He shakes it down, sinks down more into his seat. I'm sorry. I'll make it up to you. I'll take you out to a nicer place next time, and I'll be more punctual too, I promise. He clenches the roses in his chest as if put in prayer, figuring out how to get on my good side. I just reached for my milkshake, more interested in food than talking to him. I could use him for another free meal at a nicer place. The idea is appealing as I reflect on the empty fridge at home, filled with nothing but ice trays and sauce packs from cheap takeout. Keeping the idiot in suspense, I take a sip of my delicious shake. With a satisfied sigh, I lean back and look at the worm in front of me. Alright, I suppose I could give you a second chance. His posture immediately strains. Like, that posture goes, okay, Wyatt, about this, I'm gonna go. Even though we know that's not his attention at all. Really? You mean it? But you had better be on time and bring chocolates. I point to the napkin dispenser on the table. Write your number and I might call you when I get some spare time. Yes, of course. He gets a pen from his pocket and quickly writes down his number on the paper before handing it to me. I'll do better. Much better next time. Taking the napkin, I look at the number and notice that there's no name on it. Are you trying to be anonymous or something? I tap my finger where a name should be. To be fair, if Peter was normal, our attitude would turn anyone off. My name is a joke. You know, to be honest, I would prefer to go by whatever you prefer to call me. He frowns in disgust. What? You hate your name that much? He nods before looking back at me, squeezing the pen in his hands. his hand. You could call me Bite if all I care. That's what I deserve for such a terrible evening. He did have a point. Okay, how about... Okay, we are gonna go with saying Peter again. Just for the fun of it. Peter. Wait, what was that? How do you know my real name? I hate my name. Were you talking to the girlfriend? Did she tell you my name? My real name? No, seriously, pick another name. To say again. You know we could technically... Okay. Okay, no. I am going to go with YB. Like normal. YB. How about YB? He seemed pleased with what I came up with, despite how silly or tacky it might have been. Yeah, that's much better. Honestly, thank you. He writes it down on the fragile bit of paper before handing it back to me. I roll my eyes. Just pay for my shake. It's getting dark and I don't like walking home alone at night. Okay, that is actually really sad, seeing him like that. I'm sorry, Peter. I've been a butt. I walk by the waitress and tell her that the guy in the sleeveless hoodie is paying for the shake. She could tell that I was in one of those moods and just shrugged. I don't even say goodbye to YB before I left. It'd be even better if we had his Juliet watching us here. It was getting cold outside and I could feel my skin growing goosebumps. Maybe it was the dropping temperature or the ice cream cooling me from the inside out. I don't know. Or it's our ice cold heart. I glance back to make sure the weirdo isn't following me. He peers at me through the window, waving at me, and just kept walking. When I get closer to the apartment, I take a different path on the road opposite from my home. It's a precaution, but it's better be safe than sorry. Oh, he already knows where we live. Don't worry about it. Anyone else be kind of, if anyone else is stalking us, stabby. My stomach growls bitterly. Next time, I'll make him or me everything on the menu just out of spite. He would do it too. Once back at my place, I hear my roommate and their state partner doing something other than studying. Walking by the room, I pound on their door. Other people are trying to live here, you know. Flopping into my bed, face down and lips out, I'll let out a long, miserable groan. I take a moment to rest before rolling over on my back and staring at the ceiling. I look at the sloppy handwriting he left on the napkin. Scoffing, I toss it to the floor. Nah, I'm not going to even bother with him right now. I have too much to deal with at work tomorrow. Too tired to even get undressed, I roll over and drift to sleep. No matter what, he still wants to be near us. Okay, day 2. Onward. So, Ryan, did you have a nice time with YB? To answer that, it's time to get up and face another day. Ugh. I roll over onto my bed. Every inch of my body's begging me to wake up, but I don't want to. It's like I didn't get any form of rest at all. I have a gut feeling we didn't. I fight the will to wake up for a moment, rubbing my eyes before sitting up in my bed. I'm a mess. Because we already know, cooked everything before. Let's do this again. Fast forward. 9:12 a.m. Oh god, I'm late for work. Finally dressed, I rush out of my bedroom, making my way into the kitchen section where I normally put my work keys.
Hey, looks like someone's in a hurry.
Yeah, no thanks to you, Lucy. I blur out as I snatch my keys from the counter, glaring over towards my roommate, who had the nerve to look confused. Why didn't you wake me up? My deadbeat of a roommate tensed up for a little, looking both offended and startled with my sudden outburst. Good. Dude, I heard you rummaging around earlier. Don't pin your lazy butt on me. Yeah, that was Peter. She tries to explain. Not even her excuses have any effect. That freaking bum. I then shake my head, focusing back on my predicament. No, I wasn't rummaging around earlier. I just barely woke up. You know I have work at 7, and you let me sleep until 9? What kind of crap were you on your boy toy up to last night, Lucy? My roommates instantly took offense to this, flashing me the most glorious of birds before storming off into their room. You know what? Screw you. I'm not your keeper, and you're not my frickin' dad.
And I told you not to call me Lucy.
Once my roommate slammed her door shut, I simply scoffed and made my way out of the door. With any luck, she'll be gone, and when I get back, maybe I'll find a more tolerable roommate then. I hustled down the stairs and out of the apartment building, but after running into Lucy, I slowed my pace. I don't even like the job anyway. If I get fired, fine. The day is already crappy, so why not just pile on? It's Sunday. There's usually hardly any customers on Sunday mornings, but even then, it doesn't excuse my lateness. Sluttering through the front doors of the diner, walking into the kitchen and grabbing my apron off the coat hanger along the far end of the wall. The apron seemed to be the only place where grease stains don't get over me. Fumbling to tie the apron on, I go to the time clock and don't waste time digging for my time card to punch in. If I'm going to be fired today, might as well milk it for every minute I'm here. Wait. According to this, I'm already clocked in. Who could have? Well, we could take a guess, and it's definitely not her. My attention snaps towards the sound of approaching footsteps. Whoever it is, they're not trying to be discreet as they carry a clanking stack of dirty dishes back from a table.
There you are. Where have you been? I've been covering your shift for the past 45 minutes without the boss even knowing you're not here.
TK rushes right by me as they gently place the dishes into a sink of soapy hot water. Wiping their hands, TK sighs loud enough to make sure that I hear it. They're like this all the time, though, always acting like they're the big sibling to everyone and keeping things in one piece. Well, they kinda have to. Someone has to. Boss is probably sitting down in their little office doing nothing. Okay, I'm joking. Where I work, they're working. I huff as I try to think of an excuse that doesn't sound as pathetic as my warm cock didn't go off, but the truth is all I have, so I try to downplay the issue. But I'm just saying because it'd be weird for a boss not to realize that we're been not there for an hour. I don't get why you're making such a fuss. We're pretty much dead on Sunday morning. You clearly weren't paying attention when you came barging in. TK wipes their hands on her apron before gesturing for me to look out through the service window. What the? Are you kidding me? Why are there so many old farts here? I try not to raise my voice to point that the fiber-chopping boomers outside did not hear me. A tour bus came along, that's what happened. Now stop asking questions and start waiting tables. TK hands me a spare notepad and pencil and nudges me out of the kitchen. Great, here I am, hoping to have an easygoing day. So much for that. The breakfast crowd is a nightmare. Karens and redneck grandpas everywhere with something up their asses. Some even going as far as refusing to pay because I didn't kiss their goddamn feet whenever their coffee was not filled all the way, or their T-bone steak wasn't cooked the way they wanted. Yeah, T-bone steak for breakfast, not even breakfast steak and eggs either. An actual T-bone steak dinner with potatoes and steamed carrots. And then when one person refuses to order off the breakfast menu, there's a dozen more that follow suit. Such a hassle. Why couldn't the elder be more like my grandparents, pleasant and polite? Eventually, the crowd starts dying down, most leaving to do some sightseeing, others trying to order more coffee or lunch. At least these are the kind of customers that mind their own business and are more focused on eating or talking. But not to us. Staggering to the kitchen, I let out a long sigh and rest against the wall, finally able to take a moment to relax. I know you want to get off your feet, but you missed a table. TK sneaks over to my side, giving me a gentle nudge before pointing back out to the dining area. I roll my exhausted eyes and look over towards them. Can't you do it? I don't feel like having someone hurl their cereal at me again. I would, but you owe me for covering your shift for an hour. Okay, we have to do the TK thing first, and then the other ones we can see Dawn. Damn it, they had a point. With a groan, I lean myself off the wall, try to straighten my posture, and stumble back out. Scanning the booths, I check all the tables I already gone, matching their faces and orders table by table. I don't think I missed any. A voice chimes in from the booth to my right. Hey there, stranger. Oh, hey. Upon hearing me say this, he withdraws a little, shyly looking down at the table in front of him. I just thought I might visit you at work to make the day a little easier for you. Yeah, well, now's just isn't a good time. I had a crappy morning, and I just can't. I know, but you could use a break, right? I'm sure your friend wouldn't mind. Look, I'm too busy right now, okay? One again. He looked away and shook his head. Once again, he looked away and shook his head. I'll get going, sorry. I watch as he gets up from the booth and makes his way to the diner, not even making eye contact to say a word as he leaves. Okay, now we see the actual milk color. And back at the kitchen area, I noticed that TK was looking at me with a worried look on their face. What was that? What was with that guy? Your table service that bad? Yes, it was. Nah, he was just someone who's been pestering me to go out with him. I'm just a little too frustrated to deal with him right now. I noticed a slight shift in their expression that they try to cover up. I kind of known they had a thing for me for a while. They're probably wondering whether or not I'll give in to YB's advances. After a moment of silence, I tug off my apron and hang it up. What are you doing? I'm going to take my break. Digging around my pocket and pulling out a $5 bill. Any chance you could dish me up some lunch? Seriously, I serve customers wine, not co-workers. Yeah, and I'm paying, therefore, I'm a customer. Rolling their eyes, TK takes the money from my hands and tucks it away in their apron pocket. Fair point, but don't expect me to keep serving you during your workday. You said that last time. Gave me a foot rub. I say with a smug look on my face. TK chuckles to themselves. Just take a seat. I'll see what I can whip up for you. Ah, it's good to finally get off my feet. These shoes are not working for me. Just then, TK shows up, placing a sandwich and small bowl of today's soup special and a drink in front of me before taking a seat. Hey now, I didn't order this much. I complain, though I'm not really against extra servings. I know, but I figured I'll get you a little something extra anyways. How about we split it? Well, how about we split it? I push the soup over towards them. TK takes the soup for a moment before folding their arms and throwing a cocked eyebrow at me. What's the catch? Hanging out with you? Why do you always assume that every good deed I do has to deal with me wanting something from you? Because it's all you do. Not me. I hesitate, not knowing what to say to prove them wrong, unable to think of something. I finally confess. I need a place to stay for tonight. There is, and here I was afraid aliens came along and took you, the real lion, away from me. It would also explain why you're so late. Har har. I just had a bit of a nasty morning with my previous roommate, and I'm not looking forward to going face to face with her again. TK slides a bowl towards themselves, and stirs the contents with a spoon. You mean Lucy? From what you tell me, she sounds like a piece of work. I think Ford's a piece of work. That's the one. I sip the drink. TK intentionally pours me my least favorite drink. But I drink it without saying a word, just to screw with them. So, do I have a place to stay for the night or no? TK takes a sip of the soup as they mull it over in their head. After a moment, they give me a little shrug. Oh, alright. If you're feeling adventurous, you might think about staying. Oh, I'll stay. Me permanently living with you? Sure, maybe you'll be able to pile up more favors from me than you'll never repay. They flash a smile, teasing smile before turning their attention back to the soup. Keep calling me out like that, and I might find a new friends. Good luck with that. Never find a better doormat than me. Oh yeah, if I'm so bad, why do you stick around? Because your bad mannerisms helps me feel better about myself. It's an ego booster for me. TK. TK. You're so complex, you know that. They wiggle a little in their seat before turning their gaze back over to me.
I'm probably as manipulative as you are, so do you want in or not?
Yes. Good old TK, always seeming like a victim until you pull off each mask they have on. A little friend with a knife behind their back. It's something that I always liked about them. Alright, after work, you're gonna have to put up with me. Hooray. It'll be like working overtime, except without the incentive. Are we sure TK likes us? Are we sure? After a long and agonizing day, it's time to head home with TK. Dear God, why was it so busy? My feet and head are already pounding and sore. It didn't help that I could feel someone staring at me the entire shift. As he is. I mean, Peter. It's a given that TK owns a car. I'm so done with walking. We step out of TK's car and look at a rather crappy apartment building. Hey, he has a car and an apartment. As long as he doesn't drive us. Here we are, home sweet home. This is where you live? I thought you had your own house or something. I work at a greasy spoon diner with no roommates to help me with the rent. You think I have enough money for a nicer place? Yeah. Shutting up now. Smart move. Looks like those two are arguing. Well, at least it looks better on the inside. Not half bad for a cramped studio apartment. Still, I'd much rather have something more spacious. I think it's cozy. TK sets her stuff down and looks around the place with me. Well, it's not much, but, it's not much. It's like, oh, it's what's cozy. They mutter as they pull blankets and pillows out from under their bed. But the couch folds up into a bed surprisingly more comfortable than the mattress I gotta deal with. You're welcome, by the way. Still looking around the dump in silence, I give a little shrug and flop down on TK's sofa. Anything's better than dealing with Lucy. I guess, do you at least have anything to eat around here? I'm famished. TK pushes their lips together for a moment. Pizza? Yes, pizza. Sounds fine. The rest of the day goes alright. I have a phone my roommate that I'm going to be away for a few days. Of course, she doesn't answer the phone, so I have to leave a message instead and hope that she checks it soon. Still, this certainly is a pleasant change from the stress of my life. And take it, this looks amazing. Hours later. The one downside of sleeping in a new place is that I can't stay asleep. I need some water. Getting up from the sofa, I feel around the dark, unfamiliar area, trying to recall where the kitchen section was in this place. Jeez, what was that? Through the darkness, I see a figure standing before me, hearing them give a brief shh sound as I feel them place their hand on my shoulder. Wait, who are you? The figure doesn't answer as I feel their hand squeeze my shoulder, almost as though they're feeling me. What are you doing? I try to pull away from the figure's grip, but then a wet rag smears my nose and mouth. I find back, I lash out with my arms and jerk my neck to pull my face away from the rag. Whoever this is, they seduce me by quickly wrapping their thin limbs around my body and holding me tight. I try to break free, but they did not loosen up one bit. Oh god, I'm starting to feel drowsy and weak. Who's doing this? Why? A chill runs down my spine as I feel a kiss against my cheek, a familiar sickening voice whisper in my ear. You're supposed to be with me. Wait, that voice, is it? And that was the abusive route for TK, for your boyfriend that we went to stay with TK. If you want to like my content, please consider subscribing, liking the video, and commenting down below, and I'll see you guys next time.